Hello everyone. In this lecture, let's try to interface input devices such as buttons to our microcontroller at Mega 16. Let's get started. So initially we will be building Proteus simulation circuit and then we will come for this programming part. So you can see this is the same circuit that we built in the LED interfacing lecture, and I have connected an LED to the port B PB0 pin. And for selecting and choosing a switch or button, go to the components tab and type in button. You can see this is an SPST, single pole single throw button, that can be used as push button as well as push and pull button in simulation. Select that and click on OK. Now place the button here, and in the previous lecture we just discussed about two logics for interfacing buttons to our microcontroller, right? So they are pull down logic and pull up logic. So we are just going to implement pull down logic for interfacing this button. So for that we just want a 10 kilo ohm resistor. Go to the components tab and type in RES. You can see the resistor device. Select that and click on OK and place the resistor device here. And we want power and ground for this logic. For that, go to the terminal modes tab and select ground. Place the ground here, and we also want the power rail. Select the power here and place the power here. Now I am going to connect the button to PC0, that is the port C 0 pin, and other end of the button I am connecting to the power rail. And in the same terminal PC0 I am connecting a resistor that is of value 10 kilo ohm, and the other end of the resistor I am connecting it to ground. So you can see this is the pull down logic that we discussed in the previous input working lecture. So we know that whenever we press the button in pull down logic, a high signal is provided to the PC0 pin of our microcontroller, and when we get a high signal over here, we will turn on this LED, and whenever I release this button, a low signal will be given to the PC0 pin of the microcontroller, and whenever we receive a low signal here, we will turn off this LED. So the logic is simple. When I press the button, the LED connected to PB0 must glow, and when I release the button, the LED must be turned off. Let's go to the programming part. And initially what we want to do is we just want to set this or configure this PC0 pin as input and PB0 pin as output. So for configuring the LED pin as output, that is PB0, we will be using DDRB register, right? That can be done by writing DDRB or equal to 1 left shift of DDB0. So this will configure the PB0 pin as output, and for configuring the PC0 pin as input, we just want to clear the DDC0 bit in the DDRC register. That can be done by DDRC ampersand equal to negation of 1 left shift of DDC0. So this will configure the PC0 pin as input. And now coming to our logic, we are just going to check whether this PC0 pin has become high or low. So that can be implemented by using if condition in C. If pin C ampersand 1 left shift of pin C0, we will turn on the LED when the PC0 is high. So port B equal to or equal to 1 left shift of PB0. So if the PC0 pin is high, we will turn on the LED, or if it is low, that is else, we will turn off the LED. That's it. You can see this pin register is used for reading the status of the input pins. So let's try to understand this sentence. That is, this one left shift of pin C0 is nothing but 00000001 in 8-bit data. And initially let's consider the pin C is 00000000, and the result of the expression will be 00000000. And when we press this button connected to PC0, you can see this PC0 will be high and we will be having 1 in the pin C0 bit. So now when you check the result, you can see 1 ampersand of 1 is 1. So the result value becomes true and this condition will be true. So when this condition is true, the LED connected to PB0 will glow, and when this is false, the LED connected to PB0 will be turned off. So that is the logic that we are implementing. Now I am building the project using the icon provided here. You can see the build is successful, and coming to our Proteus, to load the program, double click the IC and click on this icon in the program file and go to the respective folder of the Atmel Studio project, and inside the debug folder you can find this hex file. Click on it and click on open, and then you just want to select any one of the internal frequency of the IC. I am selecting it as 8 MHz for simulation purpose, but in hardware I am providing a 16 MHz external crystal oscillator that I cannot do here. That is why I am selecting one of the internal frequency and I am clicking on OK. Now I am running the simulation using the play button in the left bottom corner of the window, and when I press this button, you can see the PC0 is lighted up, and when this PC0 is high, the PB0 becomes high and the LED is glowing. And when I release this button, the PC0 is low, so that is why PB0 is low, making the LED turned off. For uploading the program onto the microcontroller, firstly connect the USB ASP programmer to your PC through USB port, and then connect the JTAG connector from your USB ASP programmer to your development board. If you are not having a development board, or if your development board is not showing this JTAG terminal, you can directly connect the terminals of USB ASP programmer to your microcontroller pin nodes as per this circuit diagram. And you can build this circuit in a breadboard for programming your Atmega 16 microcontroller. After that, power up your development board using external 12V 1A adapter. Once you have done this, open the Program ISP software and choose the microcontroller required in Select Chip drop-down box. Then after that, you just want to check this Program Flash checkbox, and then check this Program Fuse and Verify Flash checkbox. And then you just want to set the clock to external crystal oscillator in the fuse bits configuration. Go to the fuse and lock configuration bits tab, and here set the clock selection 3, clock selection 2, clock selection 1 and clock selection 0 to be 1. These 4 bits must be 1 for selecting the external crystal oscillator. And now click on this write, and you can see the fuse bits will be loaded. Now click on the load flash icon. Go to the respective project folder and inside the debug folder you can find this hex file. Click on it and click on open. Click on this erase to erase the chip and then click on this auto button for uploading the program to the microcontroller. And the programming is successfully done. Now build this circuit to see the output in the hardware. You can see this is the output that I got in my hardware. See you in the next lecture. Thanks for watching.